After a few years of exceptional uncertainty, does the rise of the coastal grandmother aesthetic prove that, above everything, Gen Z just wants to slow down? You've likely seen her, the older, usually white woman cocooned by her cream knit sweater, either lounging on the beach, topping her roast chicken with red wine demi-glace, or enjoying a glass of Chardonnay with the girls.
Coastal grandmother is an aspirational lifestyle involving wearing white clothing, button-down blouses, gardening, and cooking your favorite barefoot Contessa recipes.
Characters like Diane Keaton in Something's Gotta Give, Meryl Streep in Mamma Mia, Diane Lane in Under The Tuscan Sun, or Jane Fonda in Grace and Frankie have been central to this affluent aesthetic defined by soft furnishings, comforting fabrics, a classically New England vibe, and nostalgic, breezy, middle-of-the-road music.
What's with the turtlenecks? It's the middle of summer.
I'm just a turtleneck kind of gal.
Her vibe is in right now, and not just for those in her demographic. Many Gen Zers, now in their late teens and early 20s, are proudly trying her on for size.
They have this new line called Shore Living, which is like beach decor, and I swear the spirit of a 75-year-old grandma who lives on the shore entered my body.
So what's behind this trend? One answer could be that it's a reaction to rough times that have got us all fantasizing about skipping over the stressful middle parts of life and fast-forwarding to the era when all that's left to do is, well, live, laugh, love. But it's also kind of aging up cosplay.
Break out your beachy attire, your cozy knits, your linen pants, your beach hats, your beach bags, and you are ready to go.
And it's interesting that after a period when hustle culture was telling people to aspire to a fast-paced urban lifestyle, one that left people susceptible to burnout, this trend is still focusing on affluence, but instead envisioning it as something far slower, less stressful, and more carefree. Here's our take on the coastal grandma and why the anxieties of modern life are making Gen Z want to skip to the end.
It's like I've always said, people. Why wait till you're 85 to dress like it?
One of the ironies of young people adopting the coastal grandmother as a hero is that this character's story is typically all about celebrating the mojo of a woman in a later phase of life. One woman's presence looms large over the coastal grandmother aesthetic, and that is Diane Keaton, especially in her role as Erica Berry from Something's Gotta Give, directed by Nancy Meyers. In fact, pretty much all heroines from Meyers films contribute to this aesthetic.
3 pies. Oh, this is a feast.
I don't know what's got into me lately, but I have so much energy.
Erica embodies the coastal grandmother aesthetic to a T. The beautiful Hamptons home, the cream sweaters, the air of an Ina Garten-esque domestic goddess. And beyond the look, what's attractive about her and about other coastal grandmother heroines is just how put together and in control of their lives they are.
Pancakes, pasta, leftover coq au vin, grilled cheese.
Pancakes.
Oh, totally what I wanted.
But it's interesting that Gen Z are relating to someone like Erica in their young adulthood, because her takeaway in Something's Gotta Give is all about how being an older woman doesn't mean you can't have exciting romantic adventures. While Erica's love interest Harry starts out the movie only dating women under 30, and in a relationship with Erica's daughter, he eventually falls for Erica with far more intensity than he's ever felt for a younger woman. In the media, we typically see passion and carefree wildness in narratives about adolescence. So to see these arcs for older women is a reassuring reminder that life doesn't just end when we hit a certain age.
We are cute.
Yeah, well, this is pretty unusual for me. I'm not used to having sleepovers.
Another canonical coastal grandmother text that reinforces this lesson is Mamma Mia. Meryl Streep is living her best coastal grandmother life, not in a classic northeastern US location, on a beautiful Greek island. But again, her story is all about her getting this new experience at an age when she thinks she's had all her excitement. In the sequel, we flash back to see those love affairs when she was younger, and in her revisiting them and rekindling them, the spark and the magic is still there. In How Stella Got Her Groove Back, the coast almost becomes this liminal space for Stella to transition between her hustling, hardworking lifestyle that wasn't really making her happy, and something with a lot more balance. She falls in love because she's open to that new experience. And Whoopi Goldberg's character, Delilah, also nails the perfect coastal grandmother aesthetic.
I get Jack and you get Buddy.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, yes, I did.
In more recent TV, Grace and Frankie embody this same sense that it's never too late for the chic coastal grandmother to loosen up a little and live her best life.
Yum. Double yum.
While it's a little counterintuitive that 20-somethings are inspired by this message, it also makes a weird kind of sense. In a time when it feels like Erica Berry's lifestyle will never be attainable, this aesthetic and these stories provide both a wish fulfillment and a reassurance that there's no rush. There's still plenty of time to eventually arrive at the life you dream of living. More broadly, too, we can see a cultural merging of older and younger female aesthetics in some ways. Some young women are dressing, doing makeup, or getting plastic surgery to project an aura older than their actual age, while the chicness of the coastal grandmother is also extending down to a more middle-aged look. Another coastal grandmother aesthetic touchstone in modern TV is Big Little Lies, and it stars a cast of chic together mothers, not grandmothers, though the age range of the stars reflects how many women in our culture are now having children later and owning a more mature, yet undeniably elegant vibe in this phase of life.
So nice to see
I'm
you
Celeste's
again.
friend, yes.
How have you been?
Good, good. The kids are good.
Today's celebrities of all ages are being lauded for their coastal grandma vibes, from Oprah to millennials Selena Gomez and Taylor Swift, while Anne Hathaway explicitly posted about how much she identifies with the aesthetic. In reality TV too, while previous eras may have been obsessed with Paris Hilton, today there's an outpouring of internet love for her mother, Kathy Hilton, who's featured on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and gives off relaxed, chic coastal grandma vibes with a kooky spin. Fans enjoy experiencing just how comfortable and carefree her life seems compared to ours.
Don't forget she's someone that also used to live in the Waldorf Astoria.
I think we're all just jealous. We just want Kathy's life.
Both because she's so rich and because she's at a more established age when she has less to prove, though of course she still takes planning a dinner party very seriously.
To prepare for a dinner party, I've got to feel everything and touch. And I have a pet peeve. Please don't come 5 or 10 minutes early.
Ready to start putting together your own coastal grandma look? You're in luck. Today's episode is sponsored by Honey, the easy way to save when shopping on your iPhone or computer. Basically, if you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid. I'd never recommend something I don't use, so get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/mytake. That's joinhoney.com/mytake. I'm constantly shopping online, whether it's ordering takeout or buying a fresh fit for the weekend. But often finding promo codes for my favorite stores is an afterthought, and I wind up scrambling around trying to find them. Thanks to Honey, searching for coupon codes yourself is a thing of the past. It's a totally free tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. Here's an example from my life since I installed Honey. Yesterday, my sister and I were ordering pizza. When I clicked checkout, the Honey button appeared asking if I wanted to apply coupons. So I clicked and waited a sec. Honey found a coupon and the price of my pizza instantly dropped. I did fries and wings with the money I saved. It blew my sister's mind. I think the best part is that Honey isn't just for desktop computers. It works on your iPhone too. All you have to do is activate it on Safari and you can use it on the go. Thanks so much to Honey for sponsoring this episode. It makes saving money while shopping on your iPhone or computer so easy. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/mytake. That's joinhoney.com/mytake. If there's any one thing that defines the coastal grandma, it's the fact that she doesn't have to work in the way young people are expected to as they grow older. Instead, her life centers around leisure, humor, community, and joy.
Cashmere sweater is a must, because what else will you wear to pick up pumpkin scones from your local French bakery?
Something that Big Little Lies also features heavily.
Hello, Tom!
This ties into a wider move from Gen Z to distance themselves from aesthetics that have negative associations with stress, striving, and burnout. We can see the roots of the coastal grandmother trend in the earlier old money trend that went viral on TikTok in 2021. Vox's Rebecca Jennings argues that it, and now possibly the coastal grandma, offers a pendulum swing against the new money of today garnered by the tech industry and hustle culture. The problem with the new money influencer aesthetic is that it makes these lavish lifestyles seem achievable if only you work hard enough, and in turn put the blame on you if you don't achieve it.
Get your f***ing ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
But with inequality growing, there's been a mass realization you can work as hard as you possibly can and still not be able to afford the life you want. So the coastal grandmother may ironically be offering, through images associated with old money, a playful and elegant challenge to the false meritocratic claims of new money. TikToks often communicate a sense of humorous awareness of the wealth gaps underlying it all.
pace around my beautiful coastal home that I somehow afford. The day by curling up with a good book and a cold glass of Chardonnay.
Indeed, the videos almost frame career growth as a joke. Instead, life's work is made to center around domesticity and community, hosting dinner parties, shopping at farmers markets, looking after beautiful homes, and running errands. On the one hand, this could be seen as quite conservative. These are the roles women have been expected to perform, and the aesthetic is holding up highly privileged examples of inherited wealth. However, the difference is that in this trend, you're performing these roles not out of a sense of duty or exclusivity, but out of joy and self-care. It invites women, and anyone really, to prioritize pleasure, community, and comfort just as much as career and work ethic, if not more.
Taper candles are a coastal grandmother must-have because they create an inviting space.
While seemingly bumping Gen Zers up a few decades, the coastal grandmother is also totally in line with wider Gen Z fashion trends. TikTok user Lex Nicoletta claims to have coined the coastal grandma term, and she defines it using 3 words: classic, comfortable, and chic.
Coastal grandmothers are busy, tending to their home, running errands, and walking on the beach, obviously.
First, the classic evokes an idea of nostalgia, and we know that Gen Z are nostalgia obsessed, in love with vintage or secondhand clothes.
Does something like this 1980s dress count as coastal grandma?
And romanticizing eras when they weren't even born as somehow simpler and easier. It's a form of escapism, and the escapism of the coastal grandmother literally invites people to leave the rat race of the city and go for a more relaxing walk on the beach. The comfort of the coastal grandmother, with pieces like big striped sweaters, New Balance sneakers, and linen trousers, also fits a generation that's brought back Crocs and sleep suits and run with athleisure, oversized clothing, and a casual vibe.
Inspired by Zoe Kravitz and Camille Rowe, very relaxed, almost coastal grandmother, but with a French, more cool girl city twist.
Finally, there's the chic of the coastal grandmother aesthetic. With the clean girl aesthetic taking off around the same time, there's been a push for a more elevated upscale fashion. And it makes sense that the pristine coastal grandmother aesthetic would take off as we moved out of the slobbish goblin mode styles that many of us adopted during lockdowns. Now there's a renewed desire to be stylish and make an effort, coupled with the fact that these trends are designed to go viral on image-focused apps like TikTok and Instagram. It's these details and flourishes that have really made the coastal grandmother aesthetic take off.
I love this straw tote. And canvas bags like this are also trending. They're great for going to the farmer's market or just everyday use.
Fundamentally, the coastal grandmother aesthetic is a hopeful one. It not only imagines you'll get the blissful retirement you've been promised, but also that it will be centered around the natural world. In an era when Gen Z rank the climate crisis as the most important issue facing their generation. So perhaps embodying the coastal grandma is an expression of faith that a joyful, transcendent lifestyle is in the cards for us, not something that's just reserved for a select few or that may soon be lost.
Cut some flowers, let the sunshine in, and let's ride this trend as long as we can.